As we approach the next decade of this millennium, it is clear that our world has witnessed sweeping changes during the past few years. Foremost on the minds of many concerned citizens are the global effects of climate change, which have led to the loss of myriad sacred lives and untold suffering. At this pivotal juncture, we are greatly blessed with individuals and organizations who have dedicated themselves to help save the planet. They are the world's heroes, named or unnamed. Now, more than ever, our Earth is in need of such voices of reason, courage, and compassion. This six-part series is an exploration of the immense contribution of a special individual whose life is an extraordinary example of unconditional service. Supreme Master Ching is a spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist whose journey in the public eye has spanned more than 20 years. Her noble love has been manifested through her generous philanthropy. Her tender mercy has transformed humans' understanding of other beings, and her brilliant artistry has profoundly reminded us of our yearnings for the kingdom of God. In humanity's most challenging hour, Supreme Master Ching is a shining light of hope, perseverance, and faith. Her message has touched the lives of countless people, bringing love and inner awakening to all corners of the globe.
As a child, Supreme Master Ching was precocious and caring. She spent hours reading the world's scriptures, philosophies, and classics in her father's library since she was 7 years old, the same age that she composed her first poem. She was known from an early age for her compassion and sensitivity to others. At one time, there was a shortage of doctors and nurses in her town. She tended to the hospital patients after classes. Though just one person, and still a youth, she strived to do all she could to ease the suffering around her.
As a young adult, Supreme Master Ching studied in England. She continued her altruistic activities by helping refugees and immigrants as an interpreter for the Red Cross. She lived simply and frugally, giving away whatever she earned with little thought for herself. Her friends in different countries affectionately called her Living Buddha or the Funny Saint because of her sense of humor and kindness toward people around her.
Whatever you do for others purely for the sake of their feeling good and their own happiness, that is unconditional love. Not even consider having a reward from heaven or having a blessing. Unconditional love will make people feel dignified, deserved, and loved. And that is what we should offer to people. Not more, not just money or kind words, but it has an effect like that if you exchange it with real love and respect.
Supreme Master Ching exemplifies the universal message of love in action in her service to fellow human beings as well as animals. She has given over $20 million in unconditional donations to the less fortunate, victims of conflict and natural disasters, and in support of medical research, charitable groups, as well as spiritual, cultural, and artistic communities. The proceeds from her artistic endeavors have enabled her to create an independent source of funding for all her humanitarian activities.
In addition to direct assistance in natural disasters, Supreme Master Ching Hai also makes significant contributions to other charity and service organizations. They include the United Nations and the International Red Cross, the World Wildlife Fund, the Salvation Army, Doctors Without Borders, and the Not on Our Watch Foundation for Darfur refugees. She also generously donates to numerous animal protection organizations, orphanages, as well as other charitable groups helping war victims, patients with AIDS, disadvantaged students, people with disabilities, children, and the elderly. Animals without homes or proper care would also benefit from Supreme Master Ching Hai's quiet and loving contributions. When possible, Supreme Master Ching Hai herself would visit those in need. When her busy schedule did not allow for this, she thoughtfully sent our association members to bring aid. Wells were dug in Kenya for potable water. Winter clothes and school supplies were provided for orphans in Tajikistan. Thousands of tons of rice worth more than $2.1 million were shipped to North Korea and Cambodia during some of the worst famines in their history.
Supreme Master Ching Hai sympathizes with the pain of the refugees, be it victims of war in Rwanda, Chechnya and Bosnia, Sudan, Afghanistan or Kosovo, or refugees in camps in Darfur, Hong Kong, the Philippines, Thailand, Singapore and others. She tirelessly worked to secure the protection and dignity of Olaxese or Vietnamese refugees. Countless people have been recipients of her financial and material contributions.
Tôi cũng xin chân thành cảm ơn sâu sắc cái tấm lòng hỗ trợ của những người dân bị hoạn nạn lụt lội. Tôi cũng chân thành là gửi đến sư phụ là cảm ơn tấm lòng của sư phụ. Vì sao mình xuôi tới nơi đây gửi quà trao tặng cho chúng tôi là vùng lũ lụt.
Thank you with this blanket for my baby. Thank you so much.
阮这现象在100年来水灾，这回水灾是100年来上严重的。今日非常感谢咱世界会，因恁今日送来这物资，差不多互这个灾民才会当用20多天。
Sizlarning kelganingizlarga cho'ng rahmat. Bizga shuncha ko'mak ko'rsatib, pechkalarni beringizlar, sizlarga rahmat. Manav Ching Hai degan ejaga da rahmat. Shuncha ellarga dar-darmek, yana boshqa ishlarni beribdir. Bizning atuzdan cho'ng rahmat deymiz. Qalay xalqning atidan.
Over the past 2 decades, a network of meditation centers of the Supreme Master Ching Hai International Association has sprung up in many countries for her disciples as a place to practice with and support one another on the spiritual